Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to share with you a simple technique on sponging in watercolor. When it comes to do a background with sponging or watercolor wash, some people say that theirs never turn the same. Well, I think this one here is going to be very simple. Also, it's another technique to share on a detailed stamp set that you don't have to color. So I'm using the Pleasant Pheasant. This is a new stamp set in the holiday catalog. So I got a dirty piece of grid paper here that I use for the other one. We're going to use a piece of watercolor paper that measure 3/7/8 by 5 1/8. If I remember correctly, I will have all measurement and so on, all the color and that I'm using on my blog below in the description or above in the eye. Watercolor paper, you get one side that it's rough, we get one side that it's smoother. For this technique, we're going to use the side that it's a little bit more smooth. The reason why I like to use a grid paper, it's because I can know if my line's going to be straight when I put my tape. The tape that I'm using, this is a painter's tape. You can find that at Walmart, at a home hardware store. It's called painter's tape. This one is very wide, usually they're narrower, but it happened this is the one that I got. Also, they come in purple, green. You get the frog tape also. So the first one that I did, this one, after it was done, I was like, this is way too much in the center. So I'm going to do it more. So I'm going to take a piece of this and I'm going to put that right here. And then I can bring it all the way down, make sure it stays straight there. And right there, I match my line. So then I know that this is straight because I'm following my grid paper. Now we're going to sponge first. So we're going to start with balmy blue. And I'm just going to sponge, and you want to press this a bit so the ink don't go below. I'm going to sponge a bit of blue like for the sky. And you see, even if you get big chunk, that's what's the beauty of this technique. It don't matter. Now I'm going to sponge all olive. That's like the grass. Here we go. I'm going to sponge a little bit of crumb cake. Okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the crumb cake here, like for the dirt or the ground, whatever. And in between, I'm going to put even a bit of crumb cake there and a bit of crumb cake there. So it's just like a little puddle of water there. So we're going to come back with the blue. So now you see it's pretty much a Mod Podge. Now you're going to take your aqua painter. Oh, I need my Yankee rag that is here. And you want to make sure that you get plenty of water on your brush. So you just squeeze this here. I should have said, if you're new to this, it's just a barrel. You fill this with water and you're ready to go. So now I'm going to go ahead. Oops, see there, I had dropped some water. Just mix this. And the sky, I want it blurry a little bit. Now when it comes to the green, I'm just going to remove a bit of the blue. Mix my grass. Wipe this. A little bit more of the blue here for the, whatever, the puddle of water or the lake, the river, whatever it is. And then here the ground. So you see how this was simple, no thinking to do, just mix it. Oops, I got a hair right here. Now we're going to take the E-tool to speed up this process. So let me, I get hair right there. Let's see if we can. Okay, I just want to remove so it's no water while I pull. Now I'm going to take this put my 2 finger there, and when you pull the tape you want to leave it flat. That's very important. Leave it flat, because if, oops, usually that won't happen. Let me pull it more this way. If you leave it flat, normally you don't pull any paper. I pull some a little bit at the top, but it shouldn't. See, I just pull down. Et voila. So now that I got that, let's make sure that it's dry. So when you dry any type of paper, that it is watercolor paper or regular paper, you dry the front, flip it around, and go in the back. And that's going to keep it of curling your paper. It's going to keep it much flatter. So you just go back and forth. I would dry it a little bit more if I wouldn't do a video, but we're going to call that good for now. Now I'm going to use early espresso. And the yellow that I'm using, it's the yellow that it's part of the tin with the punch. I'm going to have all the detail on my blog. All the easy ordering numbers going to be there. I got the yellow there. Now I'm going to use the pheasant. Make sure it's inked very well. And then we're going to stamp that right here. Give a good impression, because watercolor paper, it's a little bit more rough, so you want to give a good impression. Et voila. See? It's you don't have to do any of the fussing on that for coloring, because I think that do the trick. Now let me close a few stamp pad here before I put the card in there. It's enough that my finger gets some ink on it. This time, instead of white for my card base, I'm using crumb cake, 5.5 by 8.5, balmy blue for the layer that measure 5 and 1/8 by 5 and 3/8. I'm gonna put that right here. I think just a little border, and then I'm gonna put my tape in the back. Here we go. And we're going to put that right here. Et voila. And inside the other one, I just, I didn't bring a piece of white. So let me grab a piece of white. So we're just going to do a border. And this stamp set, it's part of the pheasant. Just going to put the border of the little leaves there, just to decorate the inside. And this is a Thanksgiving stamp set, but to be honest, I think it would make a lovely masculine card for any occasion, birthday, thinking of you, whatever. Et voila. So now we get the inside and see. So see the difference between right in half and then more. So I would do less or more, but not right in half. That look kind of, I don't know, it's not the right proportion for me. But here it is, my friend. Very simple and no coloring. I hope I inspire you to look at detailed stamp set differently. I know I get many video lately with detailed stamp set without coloring, because it seems that's what people are telling me. They're afraid of those stamp set because of the coloring. So here it is. Again, all the supplies is going to be listed on my blog. Below you get the direct link, or above, and anyone in the US are welcome to shop with me. I appreciate your business. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.